Gang, what is happening? We are back for a post-show wrap-up because the season is now over. The overall YouTube series, One Day at a Time, is now over. It's been a good few weeks since the last show. It's 5 weeks basically post-show at this stage after the last show. And it's been a very, very busy period because after my last show, which is PCA Ireland, I had MBFI the week after. I had Gem's show in France. We had British finals as well. So it's been very, very busy, very hectic. So I haven't actually got a chance to sit down and decompress and just evaluate everything, how things have went, how I found the season, and just kind of see where we're at basically. So gonna sit down, gonna wrap this up, I'm gonna go through each show and yeah, give you my honest thoughts and opinions of how it went and how I've done basically and what the plans etc are going forward. So let's dig into the first show, which was MK Classic on the first weekend in September. So with this show, super happy with the look, okay? Second place novice, fifth place super heavies, novice class, really good class. Taylor bet me and he went on to win the overall too. Again, zero complaints at all. I had a lot more size on Taylor, but his overall shape, his lines, his condition, he's just a lot more complete. So this just goes to show size is not the be all and end all, it's the full package at the end of the day, okay? So that, completely understood that. Second place in novice, and then super heavies, I came fifth. So first call out in super heavies, I was super happy to hear my name get called out in first call outs. I was like, right, it was a big class. It was, you know, I was chatting to a few of the guys who've been competing for the last like 10 years, and they were like, look, this is honestly the biggest class I've been in, you know, in the UK. And to me, to step on stage there at the MK and being the biggest super heavyweight class there's been in quite a few years, I wanted to be against the best. I wanted to be in a good class and really challenge myself and see where I standed, so where I standed. So to step on that stage, get first call out, and end up placing fifth ahead of some very good guys and behind some very good guys, I was happy, I was content, because I knew I wasn't at the standard of a super heavyweight just yet. You know I'm on that journey and on that direction towards that, but I knew I wasn't competitive to win these shows. I'm just not big enough yet. For a tall guy, 6'2", I'm just not big enough. It's just not going to happen just yet. And I knew that, but I wanted to know, how far behind am I? Where do I stand? And I was pleasantly surprised with the reaction I got and the placements, etc. that I took, and also the people that I bet and kind of just came behind too. So super happy with that result. Although we trained to win, fifth place is a loss technically, but it gave me a lot of data and feedback as to where I stood and as to where this journey is going and what I need to be doing and what I need to do to take that next step to that next level to be competitive within these shows. So yeah, super happy with that. I love show days as well. I met so many nice guys at MK. It ran very smoothly, and again, you know, it's networking. So the guys that I met there, you know, now I will talk to them regularly as well, and it's just linking up with like-minded people who are in the game, who are further along than you as well, that you can learn from mindset-wise, etc. too. And yeah, it was a good day, and I was very happy with that. I think the MK was the first show in 4 years, so like I think for me I could have been a little bit sharper for this one. We knew it was the first show, so we knew we would get sharper as we went on. But I think I brought an equal package of kind of like fullness, condition. Yeah, I was very happy with the package, to be fair. The next day was PCA Manchester. Now, going into PCA Manchester, everything was good. I've never done two shows back to back, so this is a bit of a learning curve for me as well. So I could learn as well for kind of potential, you know, shows etc. with clients too, back to back, in terms of how my body would respond and how I would approach it. So this was definitely a learning curve because I definitely wasn't as sharp the following day. I woke up and I was pretty happy, okay? So what we done there was, we went back, stayed in, where was it? Wigan, which was the MK, and then that morning, then we drove up to Manchester for the PCA, and I was very happy with the look. But I used Dream Tan. I don't know if it was the Dream Tan or whether I just spilled over by the time stage had come, because we had a decent amount of food pre-stage and I wasn't on till like 1 o'clock. So I was good. And then like a few hours before stage, I was looking at myself, I was like, something's not right here. And I could just feel myself like have a film of water and not as sharp. I was like, look, it is what it is. Now, I was still very happy with the package. I would not have, like, it wouldn't have improved my placing either way. But yeah, I would have liked to be a little bit sharper at the PCA, but it is what it is. We used Dream Tan for that, and I felt like that almost, like, blocked my pores and caused me to kind of get really hot and sweaty as well. I was sweating on stage with that, but that was actually a really nice tan too. Which the tan is actually something I got complimented on in the MK2. My tan has always been really good at shows. That's something I'm super confident with. So it goes a long way in bodybuilding shows. So MK was bang on. PCA, it was good. My tan was good, but that Dream Tan, I liked it. I didn't know whether to use it for PCA Ireland then, and I was like, what if I sweat again? What if I feel, you know? So last minute I was going to do it, and then I was like, you know what? I ended up just getting the normal tan again for PCA Ireland, which I'll go through. But yeah, very, very happy with the look for PCA Manchester as well. That was a good show day. That was an experience. That was a long weekend. I got first call out again in an even bigger class. I don't know how it was bigger than the day before, but it was a bigger and better class again. Yeah, it was excellent. I think it was like 11 guys or something. I came fifth, which again, I'm super, super happy with, because these guys, these have been around for years doing these classes. They're a lot older. Like, bear in mind, I didn't compete against anyone in the super heavies or PCA that were under like 32, 33 years of age, you know, in them like bigger classes, because building muscle takes time, you know, and this is why these guys are that old, because it takes time to build that tissue. So I'm 27, so realistically I know to get to the size I need to be, it's probably going to take me another 3 to 4 years to get to that size. And I know once that size is there, the shape and the structure is there. You know what I mean? That's something that actually really surprised me, because I thought I had a pretty shit structure, to be honest. But it's something that a lot of people kept saying to me, judges, competitors I was against, people in the audience, they were like, your structure, everything is there, it's just more mass. And to me, that gave me a lot of confidence with the direction I'm going in, because I can build a mass, but the structure can't be changed. But the fact that the structure is better than I originally thought, and it doesn't look like a big piece of Lego, I'm happy with that. So we'll build the tissue, you know, while keeping that structure in place. So yeah, that was the same at the PCA Manchester. It was just more size needed, but very happy with condition at this. Then it was 2 weeks to PCA Ireland, which I actually didn't tell anybody about. I wanted to keep it to myself and just not post about it, and just enjoy, you know, just no expectations, just go enjoy 2 weeks on my own, in my own head, focusing on the show. It was a really, really good show. So I flew to Derry on the Friday, shows on the Sunday, stayed with Dara and Chloe as well. We got an Airbnb. Dara obviously done it, Jem and Chloe didn't. They looked after us for the weekend. But yeah, that was a great setup. We got there 2 days early. We could chill out, relax, and we were a few kilo lighter for PCA Ireland. So I was a lot sharper coming into this. And I hadn't really lost much fullness, to be fair. So I think I was like 243 for PCA, sorry, for MK. I think for PCA I was a bit heavier than that, like 245 the day after. And then for PCA Ireland, I think I was like 238 or something. So I think I was around that. So yeah, I was a good like 5 pounds sharper at least for the PCA Ireland, and it really showed. Condition was a lot better. I hadn't been that dry before. You know, that's something that a lot of people said to me, like I was dry, I was crisp, and yeah, I was very, very happy with that look. Very happy. We went in, 2 people in the class, and who turned up? The guy who came second in the PCA Manchester, and he actually went on to win, to come second in the British finals as well. So I saw him backstage. I was like, well, fuck it, that's that done as well. So I came second to him, and actually a lot of people were like, you know, I was actually wondering if you were going to take it or not, because your condition was so much better. He even said it to me as well. He was like, you're very dry, you're very conditioned. He said there's a lot of potential, but he's just so big. There was no chance I was going to beat him. So again, took the 3 shows on the chin, took the losses. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, you can only bring your best package. That's all that matters. Whoever shows up in the day is completely irrelevant. So I'm hungry to win. Like, I train and compete to win. But when these things happen, take it on the chin. take it like a champ and fucking move on. You know, it is what it is. I'm not good enough. That's my problem. That's no one else's problem. So now it's time for me to get better, to come back and not let that happen, you know? But regardless, I can bring the best package I possibly can, and it still may not be good enough on the day, even next time. So is that going to stop me getting better, improving, and putting in the work? No, because I gain fulfillment and happiness in this, doing this shit, from personal progression. That drives me. Shows, I'd still be doing this if there were no shows. So if I wasn't competing, I'd still be living the exact same lifestyle. I'd be dieting down, see how much tissue I've built, back into a gaining phase again, see how much I can build. I'd still be doing this. You know, it's just nice that the shows are there to step on stage and compare back to your old self and be like, right, there's actual substantial data, you know, to show the improvements. Now I can go back to work and make them again. So that's why I do this. That fulfillment I get from just continually beating myself and drive myself forward on a week-to-week, day-to-day, month-to-month, year-to-year basis, not just physically, but in all other areas as well. I just have that mindset where I just can't stay stagnant. I literally feel like I feel so unfulfilled, and my mindset goes to a really dark place when I just stay into one position, whatever it may be in life. I have to move forward. I just cannot. My fear is being in the same place this time next year as I am right now. Mentally, physically, spiritually, everything, okay? So it's a fear for me. So this is why I do this, because it keeps me sane and gives me fulfillment and purpose to actually self-progress, because that's the, you know, that's the purpose of life, to see yourself grow, you know, and progress. That's my personal opinion. So that's the 3 shows wrapped up. Second novice MK, 5th Super Heavies MK, 5th PCA Manchester, 2nd PCA Ireland. So yeah, all that time done to lose. No, but you know, that's the way it goes. That is bodybuilding. So in terms of plans, in terms of the preps in general, so the preps in general, sorry, the shows in general, it was the smoothest prep I have ever had, okay? For a multitude of reasons. I think number one, Jem was prepping as well, and it clicked so well. Obviously we lived together, so you know, it was the easiest prep ever. You know, when she was struggling, I do stuff for her. When I was struggling, she do stuff for me, and it was just a synergy, and it just worked so easily in that regard. In terms of the diet, we gave ourselves plenty of time. We started, like, I think it was like a 24-week prep, but there was like a week-long diet break. There was a peak week there. So like realistically, it was like 20 weeks of fat loss. And I pulled off, let me see, 24 kilo in that time. So I wasn't completely fat starting prep, okay? I was like 296 and I got down to like 240, you know what I mean? So that's 56 pounds. That's a lot of body fat. So I think everyone underestimates how much body fat they have and overestimates how much muscle they have. Me this time as well, I thought I was going to be like 250 on stage in even better condition, and I wasn't. That's just being honest. So I didn't build as much muscle as I originally anticipated. It was still I was like 20 pounds up on last time I competed, but I know it can be more than that. I know it can, okay? So yeah, that was like 56 pounds down. But that came off so easy. I love getting lean. I operate better and function better when I'm at leaner set points. From a business standpoint, from a work standpoint, from a mentality standpoint, I feel better when I'm leaner, and my blood work gets better as I get leaner as well. So even deep in a contest prep, when I get blood work done, it's better, you know. So I'm healthier when I'm leaner. My body really fucking likes being leaner. So yeah, you know, it was pretty straightforward. It was very slow and steady. It actually, calories at the start started off like in around 6,000, 5.5 rest days maybe. By the end, my lowest was like 3,000 rest days, 3,500 on training days. Cardio was 0. At the start, it went from like 5k steps and it finished off at like 10k max. So there are the differences. No cardio, steps were increased, food was brought down. But yeah, that was kind of the difference between the start and the finish. But because it was a long period in comparison to like 12 or 16 weeks people may do, it meant that I didn't have to come down super low. I can maintain all the tissue that I had. I could keep performance at a high level throughout. And it just meant that it was slow and steady, and I didn't even really feel the pinch. Obviously when you get lean it's difficult, but I didn't have to just bury myself for 4 weeks trying to get in shape at the end, because I was already ready, and it was a steady gradual process. So prep was literally a walk in the park. It gets difficult. When I say walk in the park, other people might find it extremely difficult, you know, but I'm just used to it. And for me, off season at the end is fucking grim. It's as simple as that. So I love dieting, I love struggling at the end, and to me it was pretty easy. I really enjoyed it. So prep was super smooth. I learned a lot mentally, physically, to take forward with me as well, obviously kind of in regards to kind of myself into this off season, into the next prep, into future preps for clients, etc. as well. And this is the thing, constantly looking to learn and evolve and grow in this game is my number one priority, okay? And just continuing to build that knowledge and progress, like as an individual, that's key. So what are the plans going forward from here? So the plans from here, we are 5 weeks post-show. So we got bloods done a couple of weeks ago. Our bloods came back and they are in a really, really good position. A lot better than I would have initially anticipated. So we had a chat, me and Cuba had a chat, and we were like, right, probably gonna wait a couple of weeks, get bloods done again, and we're probably gonna be in a good position then to push back forward into an off season, okay? So straight away post-show, pull things back to TRT, pull the likes of lipolytics out, actually orals, etc. as well, and just kind of held at that. And even like 3 weeks post-show, that's where bloods were sitting. So I know in another few weeks, they're going to be in a really good spot. I feel amazing right now physically, you know, mentally. I just feel really, really good. So we control the rebound out. So I'm sitting now around 113, which is like, what, 250? So realistically, like 10 pounds up from stage. So it is not much whatsoever. I'm still sitting pretty fucking tight. But now performance is really driving forward. I'm able to actually take sets nearly all the way there. Don't have full stability back in some movements as well. Obviously a few more pounds on and I will, but overall performance is back up, energy is back up, hunger is super high, hungrier than on prep, but that is what it is. Sleep has massively improved as well. My overall quality of life has improved because I just feel good on a day-to-day basis. Everything has improved. All the initial variables or feedback markers that I want to see improve have. So we're really happy with where we're at mindset wise and physically at this stage. And now as we push on, I'm going to be still super lean and my body's going to be super responsive. I've never started a push-up phase being this lean before, so I know when we pull the trigger, I'm expecting the most amount of progression I've ever seen over the next like year and a half. I fully believe that I can gain 20 pounds in an 18-month off season. I fully believe that, and I'm not going to just say it, I'll show you, okay? So that is going to be the game plan, to go into one push-up phase now. Obviously then, you know, we pull back, maybe a bit mini cut, maybe like, you know, maybe February or so, then another push-up phase, and then we reevaluate where we are at the end of next year, at the end of 24. So that's what we're going to do there, and then we'll see at the end of 24 what the game plan is going to be, if we're ready to prep, if we've made significant improvements to be competitive, or if we need another push-up phase to get the job done there and put me in a competitive position. So that is the game plan. That is shows wrapped up. That is how prep went. That is the game plan of what we're going to do going forward from here. And I'm going to wrap this season up there, wrap this series up here, and I am going to bring you along and document the off season. How I am going to put on 20 pounds of tissue. How I'm going to get to 260 pounds on stage, you know, and it's not just about weight and size, but I need that tissue. That is my downfall this season, not being big enough, not having the muscle density and thickness just yet to stand with these boys. So I'm going to take you along. I'm going to show you the training that we do to get there. I'm going to show you the eating that we do to get there, and I'm going to show you daily stuff, the day in the life, you know, what we get up to outside of training and bodybuilding, client shows, trips that we may have planned, just overall lifestyle in terms of like not just the food and training of how to get to stage, but how we balance everything else with that as well. Because life exists outside bodybuilding, believe it or not. So we get up to a lot more, we just don't always show it. So A lot of it is monotony, a lot of it is boring. Like, believe me, 90% of the time we're doing the same thing over and over again. But then there are things here and there that we do, you have to switch off, you have to enjoy, you have to, have that bit of balance. Balance doesn't mean going off and not training and just eating whatever you want. It means still doing these things, but still being able to realize that you can do other things as well. Trips away, etc. Still being progressing towards your goals and having fun. Okay, so that is the game plan. Follow along. The new season will be starting pretty soon. We're going to get straight into it with off-season beginning, okay? And we're going to go from there. So if you enjoyed this prep series, thank you very, very much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Please continue to like, even share on your Instagram, etc. as well, these videos. It really does mean a lot. Honestly, when someone shares on Instagram, etc., I can't wrap my head around it. It really, really does mean a lot to me. So thank you so much. But if you enjoyed, like, share, and please do get ready for the off-season series, because I promise you it will be a significant amount of progress made, and I will make sure that things start to get exciting. But I'm like, actions speak louder than words, so it's not a case of talking about it, it's a case of getting after it. Thank you, guys.